back to the 90s!
Nick, 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 Nick.
Oh, here it goes.
I'm a tit, he's a tit, she's a tit, we're all today. I'm a tit, he's a tit, she's a tit, we're all today.
Greetings and salutations and welcome to Nostalgia. I cannot freaking wait to see the new Beetlejuice movie. I have had a babysitter booked for weeks. Pair that with the new season of Wednesday coming on Netflix soon, and it certainly looks like Tim Burton is back on top form with the help of his new muse, Jenna Ortega. So there has never been a better time to count down our top 10 favourite Tim Burton films. He is a genius, a true artist, a man with a vision unlike any others. So let's give it up to the patron saint of all goths, Tim Burton. Let's get it.
Daylight come and me want go home.
Chewing gum is really gross. Chewing gum I hate the most.
This has been the hardest list I have ever done, purely because Tim Burton doesn't make a lot of films. He has his passion projects. He doesn't fit in the studio mold. He works when he is inspired to work. Perfect example of this, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. This makes the top 10, but I don't love this film. In fact, put a gun to my head, I'd say the Gene Wilder version, Willy Wonka, is 100 times better than this. But I do like this version. Burton has his regulars, he has his muses, the Johnny Depps, the Helena Bonham Carters. You'll see them pop up throughout this list. But there is a good reason for this. He gets the best out of them repeatedly. Mostly Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka. He looks sweet, he sounds innocent, but look at his eyes. He is a goddamn psychopath who wants to murder kids. So creepy.
Good morning, Starshine. The Earth says hello.
Daylight come and me want go home.
I have never made a secret of the fact that I just do not like the live-action Disney remakes. I think they're a cash grab, I think they're lazy. But you have Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, and that's not the case. It stands alone. No one can ever outdo the Disney animated Alice in Wonderland. It's perfect. And Tim Burton knew that, so he made his own version of Alice. The Mad Hatter, the Red Queen, and it's pretty damn incredible. Especially Helena Bonham Carter as the Red Queen. She is an absolute standout in this. Now, I know a lot of you will have lumped this in with the god-awful shite version of Lion King or The Fresh Prince of Agrabah, but go back, do yourself a favour, watch Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland again. It is leaps and bounds above all of those.
Daylight come and me want go home.
I know, all of you goth girls with your Mr. Oogie Boogie tattoos, just simmer down for a second. I know I am the only person who would have Nightmare Before Christmas this low on a Tim Burton list. I get it. I get that you're all going to take to the comments and lynch me for this, but I was never a massive fan of Nightmare Before Christmas.
It's time to sound the alarms!
Before you all get upset, I do like this film, and I watch it every Halloween, I watch it every Christmas, and I do appreciate it, and I do respect what a masterpiece it is. The claymation, the insane characters, the fantastic tunes, I do like it. And I know people absolutely adore this film. My wife is one of them. All goth girls born in the 80s and 90s have a Nightmare Before Christmas tattoo. That's just a fact. But for me, I enjoy it when I watch it, but it's nowhere near Tim Burton's best work.
For it is plain, as anyone can see, we're simply meant to be.
Daylight come and me want go home.
I was obsessed with Pee-wee growing up. Shit, I still am. I still watch Pee-wee's Christmas special every year. And it's hard to explain to this generation just what a big deal Pee-wee was in pop culture. He crossed over massive, and then when he had his own film, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, it was great on so many levels. It somehow managed to keep the spirit, the wackiness, the humour of the show, while at the same time having these Burton-esque touches and feel throughout the film. When I was 5 or 6, I would watch this on repeat on VHS, and to this day, Large Marge creeps me the hell out.
Daylight come and me want go home.
I saw him.
I have mentioned this before on the channel, but I do not like scary films. But I do like spooky films. Haunted Mansion, Casper, Monster Squad. And Sleepy Hollow for me goes right up to that line. It treads that line perfectly. This film lets me touch my toes into horror without getting too scared. And yes, I am aware I am a big fanny. I get scared watching the Scooby-Doo movie. I rewatched Sleepy Hollow just the other day and I forgot how great this cast is. It's like a who's who of Burton's favourite actors. Johnny Depp, Christina Ricci, Michael Gambon, Christopher Lee, Jeffrey Jones. Shit, even Rico from Starship Troopers shows up in this bitch. And we cannot talk about Sleepy Hollow without talking about the man, Christopher Walken. The guy doesn't say a single word in the film, but he is so captivating every second he is on screen.
Daylight come and me want go home.
Calling you.
This is what I am talking about. Now, I like all the films we've talked about so far, but now we've reached another level. I bloody love Maz Attacks. It is off the rails bloody insane, and I am down for every moment of it. Burton has had some outlandish characters and creatures he has created. In fact, that's what he does better than anybody else. But the aliens in Maz Attacks, these guys have to be my favourites. They are so funny, so expressive, with only making the noise ack ack ack. These little funny aliens outshine what is the greatest cast in film history. Check out this list. Jack Nicholson, Annette Bening, Danny DeVito, Jack Black, Glenn Close, Pierce Brosnan, Michael J. Fox, Sarah Jessica Parker, Natalie Portman, Martin Short, Christina Applegate, Pam Grier, Brown's legend Jim Brown, and the man himself, Tom Jones. What a cast! No one else but Tim Burton could get a cast like that together. It is incredible.
Daylight come and me want go home.
I am Catwoman. Hear me roar.
In my humble opinion, Batman Returns is the most underrated superhero film of all time. Never has a superhero film been so perfectly cast. Let's just put it out there. You know it, I know it. Michael Keaton is Batman. Stick your Christian Bale up your ass. But Michelle Pfeiffer's as Catwoman, it's like she was born to live in that cat suit. And Danny DeVito, shit, you can never have an actor more perfectly cast than DeVito as Penguin.
He's like a frog that became a friend.
No, he's more like a penguin.
I became obsessed with this film. And yeah, I love this film. I like this. No, I was obsessed with this film as a kid because the Warner Brothers store in Manchester, they had the actual Batmobile and the costume in a Batcave in the Arndale in Manchester. They had all the props from Batman Returns, and I would go and see it every weekend for hours on end. I would just stand there at 5 or 6 year old and just stare at this Batcave. It had the Batman outfit, the Batman car. I didn't know it was a film. This was Batman's actual shit. Batman Returns is a Christmas classic. Set against a snowy Gotham, I watch it every festive period.
Daylight come and me want go home.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
We talked about it earlier. I could not be more excited to go see Michael Keaton return as Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is an icon. Sweet baby Jesus. I've said his name twice already. I'm gonna have to make it through this whole section without saying it again.
Hey, these aren't my rules. Come to think of it, I don't have any rules.
If someone asked you what is a Tim Burton film, you would sit them down and you would show them this film. It is stunning. The gothic charcoaly tones, the dark humour, the outlandish characters, actors that can nail Burton's dialogue perfectly, like Winona Ryder, Gina Davis, and for me, Catherine O'Hara. She is outstanding. As a kid, I was just like, that's Kevin's mum from Home Alone. Go back and watch Catherine O'Hara in this film. She is perfect. It's so random, it's so weird, this film. It has dance numbers. None of us knew who Harry Belafonte was until we saw this film. But at a party, put on Jump in the Line or the Banana Boat song, I guarantee you everybody will be singing Day-O. And where the hell did Michael Keaton pull this performance from? He's so funny, so creepy, so desperate, so manic, so sexual, so conniving. Without a doubt, this is Michael Keaton's best performance, and arguably, Tim Burton's greatest creation ever is Beetlejuice. Oh damn, I said it again. Quick, move on to the next video, quick.
Nice fucking model!
Daylight come and me want go home.
I make no secret of the fact that I am a big softie. Given the chance, I will always choose to watch a romantic movie. I like to snuggle up on the sofa, get some custard creams out, and I love to have a good cry watching a film. And boy, does Edward Scissorhands deliver every time. It's a mix between Frankenstein, The Burbs, Romeo and Juliet, and 16 Candles. And it is by far Tim Burton's most beautiful film. The set pieces in this film are truly stunning. From the eerie mansion full of robots on top of that hill, looking down on the suburbs below. It is beautiful. The music, I cannot tell you how much I love the score to Edward Scissorhands. Danny Elfman is arguably the greatest movie composer of all time. Some of my favourites, the likes of Beetlejuice, Scrooge, Frighteners, Men in Black, Spider-Man, all done by Elfman, but this is him at his best. Danny Elfman and Tim Burton are a match made in heaven. That scene when Elfman's score is playing while Winona Ryder and Edward Scissorhands dance while the snow falls is beautiful. It's truly breathtaking. Every emotion you can think of gets tugged on in this film. From heartbreak when Vincent Price dies while handing Edward his hands, to anger when you find out what a prick Anthony Michael Hall is when Edward gets arrested. You feel fear and dread when the mob comes for Edward and he's forced back to the attic in the abandoned mansion. You're given a sense of whimsy and wonder as that beautiful score plays as old Winona Ryder tells her granddaughter about the time she nearly got shagged by a guy with knife hands. Edward Scissorhands is a truly inspirational film, but I could not put it at #1 in my favourites list.
You can't buy the necessities of life with cookies.
Stack banana till the morning come.
This is the second time that Batman 1989 has topped one of our favourites list, and truth be told, it's probably not going to be the last. Batman 1989 is the best film ever made. And we have talked about this film and how much we love this film before, but what we didn't really talk about was Tim Burton. And without Tim Burton, this perfect piece of cinema does not exist. There have been dozens of Batman films, series, spin-offs, but no one can hold a torch to Batman 1989. Tim Burton's Batman. Tim Burton created Batman as we know it. Before Burton, it was the campy TV series with Adam West, which I still love, by the way. But Tim Burton started with a blank sheet of paper. He created Gotham, the way it felt, the way it looked, this gothic rundown, but still had these beautiful buildings and churches. Burton and Elfman together, they created that Batman theme. That still is the Batman theme to this day. Ask someone, say, what's the Batman theme? They'll go, da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Burton created this moody Batman. He created the recluse and the secluded version of Bruce Wayne. He got the perfect cast. Not just Keaton as Batman, not just Nicholson as Joker.
Love that Joker.
Those are icons, but go deeper. Look at the likes of Kim Basinger, Billy D. Williams, Jerry Hall, Robert Wuhl. Michael Gough is the perfect Alfred. Hell, Burton would take actors who haven't worked for decades like Jack Palance, and he makes them fit perfectly into this Gotham. We could talk for hours about all the different choices that Tim Burton made that made Batman as we know it. The costumes, the dialogue, the fact Prince had the soundtrack. None of this should work, but that is Tim Burton. He sees what others don't. He makes films that others can't. With every single one of his films, he has a vision that no one else can match, and he is resolute in his creative choices that no other director could or would see. Tim Burton stands alone as a true creative mind. And that's going to wrap it up. That's our top 10 favourite Tim Burton films. And remember, we say top 10 favourites, we don't say top 10 best, because now it's your chance to get in the comments. Let us know your favourite Tim Burton movies. And while you're there, let us know, are you going to go see the new Beetlejuice film? I wonder where it's going to rank among all these gems. And while you're there commenting, hit subscribe, hit share, all that shite, but mostly I want to see you guys in the comment section. Let's build this community. I'm going to go get the biscuits, I'm going to snuggle up on the sofa, and I'm going to go watch Vincent Price getting shanked by a fully conscious, fully functional, Johnny Depp looking robot that for some reason, while building him, and he was building his hands, he gave him scissors as a stopgap. Yeah, doesn't make a lot of sense, but I still love it. Peace out, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.
Never trust the living.